All right, what up, everybody? So today I'm going to introduce y'all to a new stock I've been looking at, along with the watch list and some trades I'm keeping my eyes on. No trades have been taken so far today. As of right now, it's 1 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll see what happens by the end of the day. But let's get right into it. All right, so we are starting off with Clear Secure Incorporated, or Inc. Ticker symbol YOU, but this is what this company is if you've ever seen it in an airport. I heard it's in some sports stadiums, but I haven't been to any games lately and seen it. But yeah, that's what the company is. So they're in airports. This is the CEO. I'll show you all the ticker symbol and what we're looking like on the charts. So just recently, it just hit roughly 40 bucks. Now you're down 30% from that high. The market cap is only 3.8 billion, I believe. Yeah, market cap 3.8 billion. They have a lot of cash compared to debt, which is good. But a quick overview. Clear Secure Inc. is an identity company which engages in developing biometric identity verification technology platforms. So their goal is to put it in airports, stadiums, and anywhere that you have like access to certain events, and it's going to be the first line of security instead of like TSA. That TSA is their biggest competitor, but there's no one that I've found that's good enough to be their competitor in like the public sector where you can like buy it. But yeah, so let's look into what they are doing. All right, so their income statements, total revenue has been growing quarter over quarter over quarter, year over year. Gross profit, same thing. Net income, same thing. The cash flow, they just lost a little bit of money just from their, I think it was a change in accrued expenses. So this is, the accrued expenses can change. That's pretty much what that means. So accounts payable, you know what you're going to pay, but the accrued expenses, they can change. So that's why it was a little bit off. And I think that's why they had their big drop, because people were nervous about, maybe they didn't account for their expenses or their debt right. But we'll see. Now to give you another overview, this is the CEO. So she's been there since 2010 when she bought the company over from bankruptcy. She's a former hedge fund manager. So she's a smart lady. I have faith in her from the research I've done. And then another great thing with this company is this right here. So these are their 10Q statements. So it comes out every quarter. If you want to find these, you would just go to Clear Secure Inc. Investor Relations. But yeah, so you just scroll down till you find what you want to find. All right, so we start up here. So you can see the year over year change. So the total bookings has gone up 19%. The enrollments from 2023 to 2024 have gone up 42%. The whole platform users has gone up 32% year over year. The active Clear Plus members has gone up 12%. This is like their premium package, or that's what they sell. That's like their subscription-based thing. Their biggest problem is this right here, the annual Clear Plus net member retention. You can see that 88% of people kept it in 2023, and now only 81%, so that's a 7% drop. That's their biggest problem. But then again, companies have ups and downs, but with this being a starting company, you never know. But this December, I'm flying back home, so me and my girlfriend might try it out and see how we like it. That's another thing that you have to think about when looking at these newer companies, or just any company in general. It's from a book called One Up on Wall Street. It's Peter Lynch's book, but it's saying that if you're he calls it if you're a credit card swiping American consumer, you're the first line of analysis on a company. So anyone can use it. I think they have free trials at the airport, or they might at stadiums, or this and the other. But it goes for really anything that you see. So we're just going to try it out. If we like the service, if we like the product, then maybe we go in and buy some, because they have low debt, they have a future. It's a lower market cap, so maybe you have a big upside. There's not many competitors. The CEO, she seems like a smart lady, so it's like, maybe that's something you could think about. But yeah, so that's Clear Secure, kind of a quick overview. So they have been growing heavily, like I showed you on the 10 Qs, but they have to just get that retention number up. But still, 81% of people are in their retention. That's still a lot. And the fact that you're bringing in more people, so it's kind of just evening out, you know what I mean? But hey, we'll see what happens. That's clear secure. I might buy a handful of shares to keep an eye on it. But then again, I tend to like to buy stuff at a cheap value, but this company is so new. The market cap is $3 billion. This industry is going to be huge. But the biometric scanning and stuff like that, it's just getting bigger and bigger. You see the face scans everywhere. You see all this stuff. So I might just go ahead and go in and then forget about it. Maybe I buy 50 to 100 shares, leave it in my portfolio, and then just leave it there. But we'll see. I'll let y'all know if I do buy. But yeah, so that is you. After that, I did buy some Baidu this week just because it was just dropping so low. I got it, maybe it was last week. No, it was this week. I got it at roughly 84 bucks. Baidu is like the Chinese Google pretty much. It's on historic support right now. I think China's going to figure out their problems. I don't think everyone's talking about how Trump is going to hurt China. I don't think he wants to hurt China because we're in a kind of a dual economy. We work together. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's see, AMD from a price action standpoint. AMD could be breaking out of this little, descending channel, but it kind of got rejected this week. But it's still on heavy support, so we'll see what happens in the following weeks. You'll kind of see that trend with me right now. I'm not taking any trades this week. I just got kicked out of a Nike trade. I made 60 bucks on it, so that was cool. I think it was like a 20% gain, but I got kicked out because I adjusted stop losses. But it went up today, which is kind of annoying. But you'll kind of see that. Bitcoin obviously ripped through 100. Now my next goal for crypto is Ethereum to 5. Ethereum to 5 would be huge for me. I'd probably sell half of the Ethereum I own. I'd probably sell half at like 45 actually, because everyone's thinking 5. So that's something you have to keep in mind as well. Whatever price you think wants to be your exiting price, there's probably a lot of people thinking the same thing. I think a lot of people have their eyes on 5K. So I might sell a little bit at 45 and then a little bit at 5, a little bit at 6, a little bit at 7, if it goes that high, but we'll see what happens with Ethereum. But next price target, 45. We'll see, maybe in the next few weeks. Google, I have it marked on purple just because I'm kind of keeping an eye on it, just because Google has the lowest PE of all the big tech. I think the PE is 23. So this could mean the company is undervalued because the PE is low. So normally PE is going to be 35 to 45 with these big tech companies. So the lower the PE, the more undervalued it is, or the less people see growth potential. I think Google's fine. I think it's going to continue to grow. Market cap $2 trillion. To put in perspective, I think NVDA's 3.6 or so. Apple's 3.8, 3.5, somewhere in there. So I think it still has plenty of room to grow. But we'll see with that one. Now, General Mills. This is one I'm going to hide this. EMA. This is one I'm kind of looking into a trade. So we just got this oversold level on RSI. So when something is oversold or overbought, people tend to say that's when you should buy or that's when you should sell. It isn't always true. A lot of times when something becomes oversold, that's just the beginning of a move. So it hit oversold and it dropped. Now it bounced up. You could see this as a buy and then maybe a sell here, but I'm seeing it as this is the sell. So maybe I might short here because this move, it just got rejected off the RSI. So as it bounced up, it lost its momentum. And then now I think it's going to fall back down. I think we're going to see a $60 General Mill again, which I would just buy again because I like the company. But yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. Just because the RSI is in oversold doesn't mean it's a good buy yet. Now I'll tell you the golden situation, which has already happened on this company, would be what just happened. So General Mill fell for like a year straight, and then look at the RSI. So it just continued, just had no strength the whole year. Now, when you get back to this level, every time you hit this level for the next 6 months or so, the RSI was gaining strength. So right here, RSI is oversold. Next time it hit it, RSI is a little bit higher. Next time it hit it, RSI is higher. And then the final time it hit it, RSI was high. So I'm hoping that can happen again, whether it be this level or this level. But if this drops and hits 60, and this RSI is above where it was here, that's a golden sign for me. I'll be entering pretty heavy into some trades. But that's another thing to keep an eye on, General Mill. Another thing that I'm looking into is Intel. I'll be buying Intel at 20 just because it could be a decent turnaround opportunity. Their CEO stepped down, I believe, and they were going to bring in the CEO from Marvel, I believe. I don't know too much about Marvel. I'd have to do more research, but yeah, Hershey has been fighting for its life in this level. If it gives up 170, it's probably going to go to 145, and then that would be my final double down. Considered all things stay the same. Mainly, this is still the cocoa prices. They've gone back up over the past few weeks. Let's see what else. Yeah, Nike. This trade was looking pretty good. But then I got stopped out just because I put my stop loss at a safe level. But I made $60. So I entered off this candle right here. And then I think I got stopped out yesterday on this wick down. But then it's going up. So the Nike trade did good. Nestle is still waiting on 82 or 83. Pfizer also entered a position. Pfizer has not missed a dividend, I don't think, ever. They've been increasing since 1988. So I did enter a position at 25. That's another one that you could hold. I think it's almost 7% right now. Crypto, I'm looking for Render and Near. Both of those are going to be above $20, I believe. So I'm waiting on those. Let's see. I think that is about it. It was kind of a. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all this. So the S&P 500. So this is obviously the weekly time frame. This is what I use. So you see this rally, right? This rally we've had for 2+ years. And then look at how the volume is steadily going down and down and down. So this just proves to me that I think this is a weak move. I think there will be a correction sooner or later. But the problem is it could go for another year and reach 700. Sorry. It could reach 700 before you see any downturn. And then the downturn, if it had one, could only be to 560. So it isn't like you're losing that much money if you just bought right now, you know. But something to keep your eye on. The S&P 500 has lower and lower volume. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, Tesla's been ripping. I'm not ever selling my Tesla. I sold what I wanted to as a trade at, I think, 260. But the rest I'm holding. So yeah, so you keep an eye on it. If you want to buy it, that's up to you. Yeah, so you and Pfizer, those are kind of the ones I'm looking into. Pfizer already bought. Baidu I bought, and then you is probably coming up next. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please like and sub, and see y'all soon.